Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me. I want to share something with y'all. Um, a lot of people wouldn't believe this if I told you this, but I want to be honest. For a long time, I led a defensive life. And you might ask, what do I mean by defensive life? So think about this. When you play defense in any sport, the object is to protect the goal, to keep the other team from scoring points on you. So a defensive life is a life that plays it safe. The defensive life is very risk averse, won't take any chances, lets things come to him. And that's how I was. I have my faith in God and I know what he does. So I would sit and wait for God to drop opportunities in my lap, but I didn't make things happen. Offensive life is what I was striving to come from. So, there's a saying that says defense wins games. But this is the thing I want to question you about, and I want you to think about. Does that work in life? If defense wins games, how can you win if you never score? The best you can hope for is just a tie. You can't even score a point for yourself. So what I've done is try to adapt an offensive life where I set my goals. I discovered myself. I try to find out things that I can do to better my situation. Now, I'll tell you what changed my mind. So I was reading my Bible one day and trying to just reading and trying to figure out some stuff, getting ready for a lesson. And I came across the story of Joshua, and this stood out to me. This would let me know that leading an offensive life was the way to go. So in the story, Joshua was like the second-hand man to Moses. So Moses had led these people out of Egypt, and they were wandering around in the desert for 40 years. And Joshua was his right-hand man. He was the one that was set to replace Moses when he died, when things were over. So God told Moses he wasn't going to the promised land. And Moses passed away. But Joshua stepped up into his place. God called him and said that you've been with Moses. You know what's going on. So you the man now. But this is what he said. This is the thing that let me know that leading an offensive life is what God has for our purpose. So listen to this. Joshua 1, first chapter, verse number 3. It says, every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that I have given to you, as I said unto Moses. Now, what he was referring to is when they got to the promised land, it wasn't just wide open and given to them. People was living there. They had a big fight on their hands. But what I'm taking from this verse is that God will give you victory wherever you set your foot. So think about this. If Joshua didn't go into the promised land, he would have never gained victory because he never set a foot there. And that's the same thing what's going on with our lives now. You have so many hopes, so many dreams, so many things you want to accomplish, but you never do because you don't tread your foot in that place. You don't try things, you don't do things. That was me. I had all of these plans, all of this stuff in place, things that I knew I wanted to do, but I never did it. And this is something I always said. What's the difference between people like Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Mark Zuckerberg, the Jeff Bezos, the Amazon guy? What's the difference between them and somebody like me or somebody like you? Nothing. They're people just like you. They put their pants on the same way you do. If they get cut, they bleed the same. But the difference is that they had an idea and they set their foot on that land that was promised to them. They moved and did something. So I'm encouraging you to stop leading a defensive life and hoping for a tie game and start playing some offense. If you set your foot in a place, it might work. What's the worst that can happen? They say no. You make a video and no one watches it. You write a book and no one you know reads it. But what's important is that you did it. And that one day you might touch that one person that comes across you and changes their life forever. That's what I mean by the one. God may send you to help change the life of one. So as always, I love you and God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day.